We start with our Newsmaker segment and welcome the President and CEO of the Greater Kansas City Chamber of Commerce. Joe Reardon succeeded Jim Heater in that post about 18 months ago. Prior to that, he served as head of the Area Transportation Authority. Reardon is probably best known for his terms as mayor and CEO of the Unified Government of Kansas City, Kansas and Wyandotte County. In that role, he continued a family tradition. His father, Jack, also served as mayor of Kansas City, Kansas. So let's catch up on the chamber and welcome Joe Reardon back to Ruckus. Mr.
Hi, Mike.
Mayor, it is good to see you again. Thanks for coming in.
It's good being with you.
I know you're very active out working for a yes vote on KCI November the 7th. Let me start with that.
You bet.
Editorial from the Kansas City Star last Sunday about the airport. Here is one sentence from it. We'll put it on the screen so viewers can see it. And I quote, "KCI is a perpetual impediment in everything Kansas City aspires to achieve." Do you accept that? Is KCI, a new airport, that consequential?
I think it is that consequential. It's the front door to our city, and there's so much great going on in this entire region, all over the region. And I think the first impression we're giving to someone that's coming new to our city sends all the wrong messages, quite frankly. And first impressions matter, and the functionality of an airport and what's expected in that for a world-class city matters as well. And so for us to attract business, for us to attract new people, I think that port into Kansas City, which it really is, it's the entryway for most people that come to our city, is fundamentally important to sustaining our quality of life and growing our great region as well.
Well, you know, one area I think people get confused about is there will be fewer gates, but the promise of more flights. But that promise has not come from the airlines, as I understand it.
Right.
What do you say about that?
So importantly, Southwest has said they're throttling back flights at KCI today because of the way that the terminal operates. They're getting a lot of complaints, and it's hard to transfer passengers from one gate to another. They're moving all that transfer activity, or a lot of it, to St. Louis, our near neighbor, and they're getting more flights, not because there's more people in St. Louis flying, but because they can transfer them there better. So all the airlines have said a new single terminal format is what they believe is important for them to be able to serve the traveling public here in the best way. And to give you a sense of what capacity means and design, Dallas Love Field, which is about the size of what would be built here in Kansas City, has 18 gates, only 18, and they fly 180 daily flights out of those 18 gates. 35 gates properly configured would give us an immense amount of increased capacity and would allow us to be competitive to attract those connecting flights. Today we're not competitive and we're losing flights because of it.
Is it fair to say the airlines are putting this point of view forward? We can't add more unless or until you do something about changing KCI.
I think that's probably a fair way to say it. I think that's a fair way to say it, and we know there's an opportunity to go after more if we've got an airport that can compete with others, period.
I was talking to one of the area's elected officials the other day who is very supportive of the idea of a new airport, and he said it's going to be 55-45, 55 yes, 45% no. What's your assessment? What's your prediction, or do you have one?
I don't know if I have a prediction, but I can tell you this, because we've been doing presentations since May, and there is momentum to move forward with a single terminal. I absolutely believe that. And I think it's because this is the kind of election and campaign that requires a conversation. Everyone knows this airport. They have an opinion, and they want to learn more about it. And I think the more you learn about the opportunities at KCI with a new single terminal, the more you become a proponent of it. So that's why we, as the Chamber, with the KCADC and the Civic Council, have been out engaging people wherever we can find them, and businesses have helped us open the doors. We've been doing lunch and learns all over Kansas City with employees to give them a sense of this.
And there's a huge amount of talk about Amazon looking for a second headquarters location in Kansas City, wanting to be the company that gets that new headquarters. And you've said, I believe, that you can't have one without the other. You can't have Amazon, and we don't know that we'll get Amazon, but we won't have a chance without a new KCI.
Yeah, I don't think Amazon's an anomaly. I think Amazon's signaling exactly what companies are looking for when they're looking to relocate or locate. And that is not necessarily the tax incentives. Those are all there. Everyone's going to do that across the country. But there's certain minimum requirements. 45 minutes to an international airport. Mass transit located to the site of their workforce. Those are fundamental building blocks that are important not just for the Amazon attraction, but for Kansas City going forward for us to be competitive. So it's a good signal to us about what we need to be thinking about to grow our economy. When we say grow our economy, those are net new jobs. That's what absolutely runs and makes the region thrive and gives all of us an opportunity in Kansas City to have great quality of life.
We will see what happens on November 7th. Mr.
Absolutely.
Mayor, thank you so much.
Thank you very
great
much,
to see
Mike.
you again.
It's great
Thanks
being
for coming
with you.
in. That is Joe Reardon, the President and CEO of the Greater Kansas City Chamber of Commerce. Now let's meet the panel and start a ruckus.